top stories: minimum wage versus livable wage, new activities introduced for Independence 40, and Skelec discusses illegal dumping at substations. The details on these stories and more after the break.
The Quartz Store home event is happening now. Get up to 30% off select furniture, appliances, and electronics. Save on bedroom, dining room, living room sets, 55-inch smart TVs, and more. Get what you want today with no cash and pay later with Quartz Ready Finance. Plus, stay protected for up to 4 years with Super Shield extended warranty. Don't miss the Quartz home event, bringing value home. Promotion runs 25th August to 23rd September 2023. Conditions apply.
In cricket, there are a few essentials: a bat, a pitch, a ball, some fielders, and plenty of refreshments. Enjoy the cricket with Angostura Chill. Angostura Chill, the official refreshment partner of the Hero CPL T20.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Carla Barrage. As the conversation of raising the minimum wage continues in St. Kitts and Nevis, the Minimum Wage Task Force held a panel discussion on Wednesday to sensitize the public on the discussion so far. During the discussion, Director of the Department of Consumer Affairs, Paul Quealy, compared the minimum wage, which is set at $360 gross before Social Security and levy is deducted, to the weekly expense of life.
We did surveys or interviews with minimum wage workers and asked them to fill out a sheet and indicate what it is you purchase on a weekly basis from the supermarket, right? And based on that information, we used prices from the Consumer Price Index. So we had a list here: person purchasing sugar, eggs, rice, macaroni and cheese, flour, onion, sweet potato, Irish potato, ketchup, chicken wings, lentils, dishwashing liquid, toothpaste, drink mix, corned beef, Vienna sausage, sliced cheese, sanitary pads, Pampers. And when we totaled up this list, it came to $319.18.
Meanwhile, Labor Officer at the Department of Labor, Genevieve Mills, said that while businesses recognize that the economy is largely driven by minimum wage earners, they are, however, reluctant to agree to what the rate increase should be to have a livable wage.
What all stakeholders are not keen on is what Quealy just alluded to. What should be this livable wage? Because the truth is, we recognize in these meetings, a minimum wage is not a livable wage. We realize there's a big disparity. A means test determine that a livable wage in St. Kitts right now will be $2,500 a month at a minimum. That is something that could be considered livable. Why? Because the smallest man would have $318 left with this money, with his list that he put together there. To the things that is not mentioned on that list, that is considered livable.
According to Mills, the government is unable to afford a livable wage, but other moving parts can assist with making the situation a little more tolerable.
However, can the government at this point in time introduce what is considered a livable wage? No. Can the government introduce, though, a minimum wage? Yes. And what can go further than a livable wage? And one is Mr. Quealy here by saying that Consumer Affairs would play the part in supporting those of us who are on the lowest spectrum to make sure that when you're going to the supermarket, the 25% or the 20% markup that was agreed to is what is being transposed to us and nothing more. And we have other entities and stakeholders that will have to get on board to make sure that those persons who really need to be impacted at the level are impacted, and the government itself could move away from some of the social assistance that is causing us to hurt from an economical standpoint at a macro level.
Chairman of the Minimum Wage Task Force, Ambassador Sam Condor, said that from the meetings, businesses are very mindful of their bottom line and that they will not pay more wages than they have to. Meanwhile, according to Creeley, prices of goods have increased rapidly in a 4-year period. Evaporated milk has increased by 34%, adult Pampers by 46%, and tomato paste by 60% compared to 2019. As the Federation nears its milestone anniversary of 40 years of independence, activities are being held to mark the occasion. While there is always much celebration surrounding independence, new activities have been included in this year's calendar of events. Co-chairs of the Independence 40 Planning Committee, Dr. Marcus Natta and Vera Galloway, joined host Ian Richards on Wednesday's edition of In Focus to highlight some of the upcoming events. Dr. Natta spoke specifically to the introduction of the Patriotic Day to be held on September 18th.
In terms of other new events, we are hoping to also do a Patriotic Day, right? We are encouraging persons, to wear your national colors and your St. Kitts, your national wear, and so on, cook the national dish, etc. Decorate your offices, your cubicles, your schools, your homes, and so on, and really put it on display. Send us, post pictures online and so forth. And that's happening on the 18th.
On September 9th, the Independence Street Fair and Fashion Extravaganza will be held. Ms. Galloway invited everyone to attend the event.
It's basically a social event. It's an event designed to encourage our families to come out together and just enjoy the festivities. At the street fair is being coordinated by the Creative Economy. And during that street fair, we would have local vendors selling locally manufactured items, so you get a chance to purchase items, and we get the sample the national dish. We have food, music, so, stuff for the kids. So it's going to be a grand affair, and I would encourage the families to bring out the parents to bring their children and families out.
Also added to the calendar are Schools in Concert, a cultural focus on September 13th, a commemorative stamp competition to be launched on September 15th, an Independence Drag Race in Nevis on September 17th, Independence Heritage Expo also on the 17th, and a Youth Impact Awards on the 28th. From excavation to indiscriminate dumping, the St. Kitts Electricity Company is asking the general public to stop these acts as it delays them in carrying out their duties. Mervyn Thompson tells us more in this report.
On Wednesday, SCELEC held another of its Power Talk sessions, this time focusing on illegal dumping at substations, where Michael Brown, Environmental Health Officer, and Javid Gilbert, Control and Operations Superintendent at SCELEC, were guests. Superintendent Gilbert spoke of challenges SCELEC faces on a regular basis.
Those more in the countryside, persons would use the substations as their pen. They keep their animals in the substation, the sheep, the horse. What we also recognize, derelict vehicles that mechanics or whatever reasons they accumulate around substations, and sometimes we're trying to navigate to the substation, drive late, those vehicles are in the way.
He said some of these behaviors even interrupted the electricity supply to the surrounding community.
A year and a half ago, someone set up shop under one of our major points, transmission point, to the point that they had a backer to come and do excavation that touched one of our main cables that caused basically an outage that affected like 2/3 of the island. We had to work basically 18 hours straight to try to get all the customers them back on.
Mr. Brown explained the injuries and vermin contamination that can occur.
So sometimes some people dump, especially those who have diabetes, and so they need to use injectables. So if those are not disposed of properly and they're being disposed by the substation, the men are at risk of going to touch or pick up that container or plastic bag, and they can get dug or stuck by the pins and the needles, which can contaminate them. Also with the rodents and the other pests. Rodents, the droppings and their pee. That is one of the main ways that leptospirosis is transmitted.
There are two pieces of legislation that prescribe tickets for fines: the Public Health Safety and Nuisance Abatement Act and the Solid Waste Litter Abatement Act. The Public Health Safety and Nuisance Abatement Act prescribes fines to be paid at the magistrate court within a particular time frame. If that fee is not paid, there will be an additional daily fine of $200. The Solid Waste Litter Abatement Act also prescribes fines of $500. Mervan Thompson for ZIZ News.
After the break, Department of Disability Services hosts inaugural Housing Solution Forum and Seniors Cultural Celebration held. Stay with us.
Attention, savvy shoppers. It's time to double up your points and double up your savings. Join us at Hosford's Value Mart for our incredible Independence 40 Double Points Days. For the entire month of September, you can earn double points on all grocery, food, and meat items. Perfect opportunity to stock up on all your favorite food and meat essentials while watching those points multiply. Hosford's Double Points Days means unbeatable savings. Double points, double the rewards, double the savings. Rewards are bigger and better than before at Hosford's Value Mart this September. Double Points Days are beginning right now. Unlock incredible savings and exclusive rewards at Value Mart this September. Double Points Days only at Hosford's Value Mart this September. For unbeatable savings and rewards, shop smart. Shop Value Mart. Double Points Days at Hosford's Value Mart are valid only during the month of September. Points are subject to terms and conditions. Visit our store or website for more detail.
50,000?
50,000?
$50,000? Win big with TDC! Win up to $50,000 cash in the TDC Mega Rewards Mega Raffle! To enter, you must be a Mega Rewards member or sign up to TDC Mega Rewards Loyalty Program. Shop at our TDC retail stores or online at shoptdcgroup.com to receive one entry for every $250 spent. Draws take place from July to November. Win $10,000 every month with your entry rolled over so you can win, and win even more.
Yes, this is 50.
Terms and conditions apply.
As a Miss Culturama contestant, elegance, sophistication, and independence are highly valued. And you get all of this with the Visa Black Card from National Bank. Enjoy worldwide access to top-notch hotels, vehicle rentals, and unique experiences. The National Bank Visa Black Card makes every day feel like the world is my oyster. Plus, the Visa rewards and exclusive local discounts give me value-added savings and benefits that I enjoy. The National Bank Visa Black Card truly embodies the essence of beauty and excellence. My life, my way.
The Visa Black Card, where beauty meets freedom. Only from National Bank.
Welcome back. On Tuesday, the Department of Disability Services hosted an inaugural Housing Solution Forum at the McKnight Community Center to provide a platform for individuals who are differently abled to access essential information concerning housing programs, land acquisition, financial resources, and other relevant opportunities. Janelle Lewis Tafari, Permanent Secretary within the Ministry of Youth Empowerment, Aging and Disabilities, emphasized the advantages of home ownership, highlighting its potential to build wealth over time, among other benefits. She said home ownership is regarded as a significant achievement and a source of pride, offering independence and a legacy to pass on to future generations. Governmental ministries and bodies that attended included the National Housing Corporation, NHC, the Ministry of Sustainable Development, the Departments of Physical Planning and Constituency Empowerment, and representatives from the Bankers and Financial Services Association. Ms. Lewis Tafari underscored the importance of considering persons with disabilities within the planning, ensuring that housing solutions are accessible and inclusive. She said the ultimate goal is to provide every Kittian and Nivision with the opportunity to achieve the dream of home ownership, fostering a sense of accomplishment and lasting security. Attendees were encouraged to actively engage with the stakeholders and share their ideas, challenges, and success stories, thus contributing to the ongoing dialogue on improving housing solutions for all. On Wednesday, senior citizens were celebrated for their contribution to the nation as at a Seniors Independence Cultural Celebration at the National Heroes Park on Wednesday. Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew attended the event and shared words of inspiration and gratitude for the seniors. In his remarks, Prime Minister Drew acknowledged the sacrifices and dedication of the elderly citizens and highlighted their role in shaping the history and culture of St. Kitts and Nevis. He said, quote, "I want to take this opportunity to wish you a happy 40th anniversary of independence. I also want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for contributing to the development of St. Kitts and Nevis. You were the generation that worked hard and made sure that St. Kitts and Nevis would become an independent country, and we cannot take your efforts for granted. For that, on behalf of the government and people of St. Kitts and Nevis, I want to say thank you very much for the sacrifices that you made so that we can be an independent nation. You are the ones who built the foundation on which we stand." End quote. The Prime Minister's presence at the Seniors Independence Cultural event was described as a reminder of the government's commitment to recognizing and uplifting the elderly population. The event was organized by the St. Kitts and Nevis Independence 40 Committee in collaboration with the Ministry of Aging and Disabilities, various community organizations, and volunteers. Local farmers were given the opportunity to expand their knowledge and improve their technical skills at a layer chicken farmer training on Thursday, 31st August, at the Department of Agriculture's large conference room at Laguite, St. Kitts. Organized by the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Marine Resources, and Cooperatives, the layer chicken session was held in collaboration with the Taiwan Technical Mission. Project manager Mr. Willie Liao facilitated the training. The session also provided an opportunity for technical staff and agricultural stakeholders to learn best agricultural practices with a focus on topics such as poultry breeds, poultry housing, and management of the housing environment. The St. Kitts and Nevis Layer Chicken Industry Sustainable Development Project between the Government of St. Kitts and Nevis and the Government of the Republic of China Taiwan was developed to improve the management capacity and establish a sustainable management model for the layer chicken industry through technical capacity building. The successful completion of this project is expected to help achieve a stable production and supply of over 20,000-day-old chicks per year for both meat and egg production within the Twin Island Federation. Coming up in regional news, elderly man dies as ambulance crashes into a house in St. Lucia. The details when we come back.